Good morning, everyone. Well, today is a brand new day, and if you've been following along with me, we've been talking about human psychology and what it is that you're looking for in life, whether it's happiness, whether it's love and connection, safety and security, all about figuring out who you are and what you're looking for in life. And I'm excited to announce a bit of a change, having gone from that to now switching topics. And so my topic now I'm going to switch over to is money, and we'll see how much traction this gets. But what the plan will be is to discuss that for the next 7 days and kind of see what value that brings to you. With that being said, I'm kind of taking a new, I am taking a new trail. This one's kind of interesting. Let me see if I can turn my camera around from here. Actually, it doesn't look like I can turn my camera around from here. Nope, I can. Look at this trail. Right off of the edge of the bluff. This is a new trail with a new message, and this is interesting because I didn't even know this trail was a thing. There's nothing stopping you from rolling down that hill. Boy, that is exciting. I'm a little twisted, but this is an exciting little trail, because if you don't stick to it, woo-wee. So, new trail, new messages. Let's see how much traction this gains. So, a little bit more tolerable today. There's not as much wind, so even though it's only 37 degrees right now, it's actually tolerable here. This is kind of a cute little bridge. right over the bluff. So, I want to talk to you about money. What is money? What does money mean to you? What has money done for you? What has money taken away from you? These are all interesting things to really think about. So, to start off, money's a piece of paper, right? It's made of fibers. I think both synthetic and natural, cotton. I don't know. They've changed it over the years. So there's a lot of different things that money has become now. Look at that. Just drops right off. That is wild. No safety. This is just pure nature. So, new trail. If the live stops suddenly, send help. Nah. So, money, paper, synthetic. It's just a concept. You trade that for what? You trade it for food. You trade it for shelter. You trade that piece of paper for something that brings value to you. So whatever that value may be, maybe it's the house, maybe it's the vehicles. But how do we get money, right? We work. But the real concept is that we have a finite amount of time in our lives. We all share the same 24 hours a day. And at some point, life will come to an end for us. So it's valuable. And so what we end up doing with our lives as humans is we trade our time for money. So the amount of hours you work and toil and sweat and mental anguish, all of the things that you do in a job for money. And so it's important to understand what it is that you're looking for in life that money brings you. I'm going to back up just a little bit, and I want to talk about, money used to have a little bit more value than what it does. Right now, it's only worth something because the government tells us it's worth something. But its true value is really the piece of paper it's written on. Maybe art, maybe, ink. But it used to be that we were on the gold standard. And In the 1970s, Richard Nixon decided that we would come off the gold standard, but for I don't even know how, thousands of years, gold was something of high value, so people held on to something that was beautiful and seemed to carry weight. You make jewelry out of it, it's malleable. And so it would be that people would trade gold coins and gold this and gold that. And eventually they came out with paper money, which would be considered a certificate. So I want to show you something here. This is a picture of a dollar bill from 1957. And you'll see that it looks a little different. There's a blue seal here. And that blue seal, let's see if I can zoom in. It doesn't really let me zoom in that well, but you'll see here that it says $1 in silver payable to the bearer on demand. So that was a certificate that when you put your silver or your gold in the bank, that they would hold on to it for safekeeping, and you would get a certificate. You could bring that into the bank and pull your silver or your gold out at any time. And so that's a little bit of a brief history on money. And after we came off the gold standard, there really wasn't anything to back up the money that we had. The paper that was printed now became virtually worthless. But the government stood behind it, and they had a reputation for being financially stable. And so they were able to get off that gold standard for money and essentially keep up this, my paper means something. It's an IOU, and you can trust us. So economics is a very detailed, very difficult subject to really get into. But that's not why I'm here. I just wanted to give you a brief idea or understanding of what money is. But more importantly, where I left off just a few minutes ago, is that money, we trade our time for that. And we have limited time. And so when we do that, we are sacrificing our most valuable resource, time, to trade for money. So how we use our money and what money means to us is very, very powerful. Money can mean safety and security with your home. Money can be, it appears I've reached a dead end here. I guess this is maybe the end of Pikes Peak. I don't know. I've got a fence here. And holy shit, a sheer drop off. So I guess this new trail I'm taking might not work, but we tried something new. But money can be safety, security, your home, your vehicle, how you get transportation. It can mean freedom, and it ultimately gives you a choice. It allows you to make decisions in your life, go where you want to go, eat where you want to eat. So money is a very valuable resource as well. But when you think about it, when you trade your time, when you have a limited amount for this stuff, it might make you think about how you're spending that money. Because take a look at the things around you that you thought would make you happy, or you thought would bring you love or joy, and look at it now. Weeks later, months later, years later, does that thing still bring you joy? Would you rather have your time back? Because ultimately that's what you're doing, is trading your time for your lifestyle. And what's interesting to me about lifestyle is, what would happen if you could no longer trade your time for money? What happens if you were to lose your job or the ability to work? What would happen? I'll tell you, for most of us, what would happen is your rented lifestyle would quickly come to an end. Because that's all it is. It's a rented lifestyle. Some people live paycheck to paycheck. Some people have a little bit of savings set aside. But if something were to happen, the bank would be calling, the creditors would be calling, we want our stuff back. So ultimately we trade our time for our lifestyle. And so the point of this is just to understand this concept and to maybe take a look at it and decide if you're happy with the decisions you're making. And that's all I'm here to do, is just to educate and also to challenge you to think differently and think about what money does for you. When I was younger, my dad, he taught me he gave me the foundation for being a hard worker. He was a roofer, he was a contract worker, and so he had his own business running a construction company. And one thing he taught me, or several things he taught me, was hard work. Always be giving people value. Figure out a way to provide value to people, and you'll become wealthy, or you'll make money. Okay, because wealthy can be not just money. Wealthy can actually mean a variety of things. Wealthy just means that it's not just things, but it's also the value of your relationships and the value of everything in your life. Almost like a score of how happy, how content you are in life. That describes wealth better than just having money. But my dad taught me the value of hard work and bringing value to people. And because of that, we traded our time for money. We worked hard, we brought value, we made money. And that was good. And then I saw my dad in the late 90s, as I was getting ready to leave high school and start my journey on my own. He bought a mini mall, and I remember seeing all the hard work he put into the money and getting enough of it to be able to then get something of value. And I really never put two and two together. It wasn't until later in life that I realized that what my dad had done is he had switched his mentality from working for money and trading time for money to having money work for money. So in other words, he put hard work and energy into making money to then spend it in a hope that his property would then bring in more money, where he could eventually take a step back and his investment or his money that he put forward would do the work for him. So money making money. And that concept, once I grabbed a hold of that in my 30s, revolutionized the way that I saw money and the way that I dealt with my lifestyle. I'm not going to share in this video because I don't have enough time, but maybe tomorrow I'll share with you where I came from. I came from a pretty bad situation on how I handled money and how I dealt with a time in my life. And I basically started over. I started from scratch. I lost everything and built it right back up. Because there's a principle in life that if you've created it before, you can create it again. And that's exactly what I did. And so in my life now, I trade money for money. I still do time for money as well, but I'm moving away from that and trading more, letting my money do the hard work and carry the load so that my precious, valuable time can be spent helping other people, can be spent with my family, my loved ones. I have more freedom now than I ever have in my life. Yeah, looks like I've covered everything on my little cheat sheet that I wanted to. So just an introduction to money. And tonight I want to go live again for an open questions and answers and just entertainment and hanging out. But I also think that I'm going to turn it up a little bit, and I think I'm going to cover more in depth what I do in the morning. I think I'm going to cover more in depth in the evening, and sharing some more principles and ideas and thoughts, and try to elicit a little bit more conversation to help folks out. So thanks for watching. Appreciate it. We're changing directions a little bit. This week is going to be all about money and finances, what that means to you, and how you can take control of your life. Yesterday we talked about change. We talked about how to facilitate change in your own life. And so this can also apply to money as well. How can you change your mindset, your beliefs about money and what it means to you, and how you can actually become wealthy? The only thing stopping you is between your ears and the way that you see it and believe it. So I hope this helps. Get ready for hopefully a video every day. Things might be changing in my life a little bit too. Going to be working close to home. So we'll see. I'll keep you updated on everything. Tonight, as far as the live goes, I've been doing them at 5:30 in the evenings. It might have to be a little bit later because I've got business. I've got to run over to Minnesota. I won't be home till about 6 o'clock. So I'm hoping that I'll be back in time for around a 6:30 discussion. So if you're available, join me on live. I'll put it out there for you to join. I'll create a live event so that you can respond that you're going or that you're interested, so it will remind you when it comes time to join in. But I'd love to have you there. I hope you have a great day. And always, I love each and every one of you. Take care of yourself and each other, and hopefully I'll see you tonight.